Once again, I'm back up in the Coconino National Forest, not just to explore per se, but to get a campsite with a view. Normally, my stipulations for camping are absolutely no campgrounds and absolutely no people around. This trip, though, might be just a little bit different. So why am I stepping outside my norm and camping somewhere where I know there's going to be plenty of people? Well, just because I've never camped there before. So did I end up deciding the edge of the world was worth the hype? Come with me and find out. My name is AJ, and this is Buckin' Life Off-Road. Well, what is up, Buckin' Lifers? On this adventure, we're hitting the edge of the world. Not really to explore, but to camp. I have about 4 or 5 campsites, proposed campsites, picked out that we're going to try to get today. Now, the edge of the world is a busy area, especially on the weekends. I am up here fairly early, but I already see a lot of people going by, so whether we're going to get one of the camp spots that I want has yet to be determined. I will get a campsite, but obviously I'm looking for one with views. So let's get down the trail, Woody Mountain Road, and let's go see if we can find a good campsite and see some views along the way. Now, unfortunately, Woody Mountain Road is a straight up, well-maintained dirt road. You could probably bring a smart car out here and run it the entire length without any issues. This is perhaps one of the biggest reasons this area is so popular for camping. Of course, the views over the Red Rock Secret Wilderness might have something to do with it as well. So my number one priority is getting a campsite. I'll set up camp, and then if I want to go explore, I'll leave my campsite and go explore a little bit. Hopefully, if I do that, nobody will come along and steal some of my stuff or invade my campsite when I'm not there and just set up shop. But these are all things that you never know could happen and might happen in popular areas like this. The only reason why I'm coming up here to camp is because I've never camped up here before, so I want to scratch it off my list. So temperature right now is a beautiful 75 degrees. It will warm up a little bit more throughout the day, but we're supposed to have a low of about 65 tonight, so that'll be perfect. Typically, I would normally make it up here by like 7 a.m. It's 9:49 now, so I know people are going to start coming in more and more the later it gets. I've heard from many locals that have lived here all their lives that the edge of the world just used to be a weekend local spot, and then of course the internet found out about it, and now everybody and their mother and brother and sister and cousin and uncle comes up here. Freaking internet. Damn Instagrammers and YouTubers. I mean, it is what it is, you know. I mean, you know, some spots just become popular and people want to see them for themselves. There are, in the past and in the future, certain spots that I won't divulge the location to, and some people get mad at me. I'm just like, well, you know, I mean, you know, if you really want to find it, it won't be that difficult. I don't have to really tell you exactly where it is, do I?
I just want to stay in the sun where I find. I know it's hard sometimes. Pieces of peace in the sun's peace of mind. I know it's hard sometimes. Yeah, I think about the end just way too much, but it's fun to fantasize on my enemies who wouldn't wish who I was, but it's fun to fantasize. Oh, I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. Oh, I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. That's easy to say. We have a list of people that we would take. A bullet for them, a bullet for you, a bullet for everybody in this room. But they don't seem to see many bullets coming through. See many bullets coming through. Metaphorically, I'm the man, but literally, I don't know what I do. I'd live for you, and that's hard to do. Even harder to say when you know it's not true. Even harder to write when you know that tonight there were people back home who tried talking to you, but then you ignored them still. All these questions.
Fernow Cabin, authorized vehicles only. I don't know what that means, but we're gonna go just check it out and see what's up here. Never mind. Road closed, U.S. Forest Service administrative site. So I guess we're not checking out the Fernow cabins. You know, maybe those cabins are for the Forest Service personnel to stay in when they're up here, you know, changing shifts for the lookout towers. I don't know. Well, I was partially correct. As it turns out, this rustic 3-bedroom log cabin is a retired U.S. Forest Service guard station constructed in the 1970s to house firefighters during wildfire season. Now, it offers groups of up to 8 people a unique recreation opportunity in a beautiful southwest setting. Though the fridge and lights run on solar, the cabin is not hooked up to electricity, so there are no power outlets inside. The cabin only has running water from mid-May to mid-October, so anyone staying beyond those dates must bring their own. While the cabin has an indoor shower and sink, there is no toilet inside, so guests must use the pit toilet, which is approximately 100 feet from the front door. You can rent this cabin for as low as $75 per night, up to $125 per night, depending on the time of year. And we're really not far from my first choice campsite. For some reason, I just think somebody's going to be there. It's not really that far out, and it's pretty easy to get to. Dispersed camping, first come, first serve. So if I can't get a campsite of the 4 that I picked out, I'm going to have to head back the other way and go further west, because I picked out more that way, just in a completely different area. So just reached the turnoff from my first choice campsite. I don't have a great feeling about nobody being here. There's still a lot of traffic up here going both ways. Now rolling in, I immediately saw 3 different setups, all of which had the best views. There were some available sites, but all had obstructed views, and I could see the other campers within my line of sight. To me, that's a no-go. Oh yeah, there's lots of people here. There is a spot. But I'm right next to another guy. I don't really want that. Let's just go out and take a peek real quick, shall we? Yeah, see, this is too close. I'm gonna go try a different spot. Views are beautiful up here though. What else we can find around this general area? Like, I don't mind if somebody is a couple hundred yards away, but I don't want to be right next to somebody else. These 2 vehicles, there's about 50 yards of distance in between them, and I just think that's too close. Now this spot I'm rolling up on was a perfectly acceptable spot in my opinion. It did have some logs blocking the front access to the spot, but I would find out later that there was another way in. Remember, this area was among my first choices. I still had plenty of other areas to check out. And see, right up in there would be a great spot, but for some reason there's a bunch of logs across the way to get in. I don't know why they're there. There are no signs. That would be a great spot indeed. Yeah, so you see these are here. Why it's blocked off, I don't know. It's got a fire ring, and it has some amazing views. You see that? I mean, what's wrong with this spot? I don't get it. It's beautiful. Well, it is what it is. You know, it's not that I need total seclusion, because I know where I'm at. I know this is a busy area, but I just want to see what else we got. I'll come back to that spot and move those logs. That's a great spot. I don't know why they're there. It doesn't say no camping. So I don't see the harm in moving those logs out of the way and posting up. Second choice, there's nobody here. It's a nice wide open spot, but I still get some views. It is a little obstructed. Looks like I can walk down and there's a path down there, but you know, you still get some nice views over this way. It's got plenty of shade here for the tent and plenty of room. But I don't know. I kind of want to go check some more spots. See what's over here. This one's a little bit better. No shade though. Someone could easily come in through here and take this spot right next to me. That's just a little bit too close. You can see this is my Bronco. I don't want to be that close to somebody else. Ah, beautiful views though. Insanely gorgeous. Over there looks like a nice level spot, but see, someone else could come in here and be right next to me. I don't want that. I'm gonna continue on and see what else there is. Worst comes to worst, you know, I'll stay in any one of these, because regardless if I get a primo spot or not, I'm still camping out here. So I've got 2 more sites on this side to check out. After that, I can make the decision to pick one of these 4 sites and call it a day, or head way back to the westerly side, and there's 4 more campsites out that way that I also marked. Those ones are a little bit further out, so I'm sure I'd see probably less people out there. But you know, we'll decide that after we check out these other areas, and if I just feel like going out there. Like I said earlier, my primary reason for coming out here wasn't to explore trails and run trails. It was just plainly to go camping. Well, I'm on the move again, but I'm still on Woody Mountain Road, which is obviously edge of the world on OnX Off-Road. Now, I marked all these spots just by visual representation on OnX Off-Road. I wasn't sure if you were able to drive into these places or not. Well, third one's a bust because it's closed to all motorized traffic, and there's a little wooden fence up. So we can't go to that one. I'm gonna have to decide if I'm gonna go back to one of those other couple spots. I really want to move those logs, and I don't see why I'd get in trouble for doing that. Yeah, I just checked another spot. All the primo spots with the wide open views are taken. Obviously I should have left a lot earlier than I did, but you know, I kind of already knew that would be a good chance of happening. But I already know what spot I want, so I'm gonna go get it. I knew I should have taken that spot when I was here earlier. I came back and somebody's there. God dang it. Why don't I listen to my gut, man? Why just I don't listen to my gut? I don't know. It was such a great spot too. Such a great spot. I knew I wanted it and I was there. My fault. Looks like they just got there too, because they're just pulling stuff out of their truck and setting up. You know, I'm really contemplating heading back west and going to the other side. See, I'm here. These are the campsites I had picked out, you know, over the edge of the world. I have 3 others picked out. If I go west, take Little Round Mountain Trail, and then head down, there's 3 campsites right on the edge. And see, it's further out, so there might not be anybody there. But then again, you know, I could screw myself again. You know what? It's an adventure. Let's go. I'm heading out there. If anything, it's an absolutely beautiful ride through the forest. I got a tree hanging over the trail here. Can I get underneath it? Am I too tall? I might be able to go around it. See this tree? I'm just gonna go around it. There we go. The amount of deadfall in this area is pretty crazy. Don't worry guys though, I do have a battery powered saw in my Amazon cart and I will be purchasing it very soon. Well, I was almost there. But as you can see, we got a blockage. Damn, I need my saw. And there's no way around. I walked around this whole place. There's no way to get around it. Not that I can see anyway. Well, let's backtrack once again. See if we can find a different route out. Well, I looked and this is the only road in to those 3 campsites. There is nothing else. So I guess we're screwed again. You know, I'll find a spot. I just have to do some more digging. Man, if I only had my saw. I'm kicking myself in the ass right now. Yeah, you kind of need one of those, especially when you come up to the trees. So I'm gonna go down to the end of this little round mountain trail. Looks like a couple of good prospects down there. Does it look easily accessible? I mean, OnX says it's easy, so there could already be some people down there, but it looks like there's a lot of space. I can always just tuck myself away under some trees and go from there. It does have views. I haven't seen a single person on this little round mountain trail, so I'm hoping that's a sign of things to come when I get to the end. That's a nice spot. And you got the roundabout right here with some halfway decent views, but they're still pretty much obstructed, and I wouldn't want to set up my tent right here anyways. It's too out in the open. There's no shade. I could just pull in here and call it a day, because that's actually a really nice spot. Space wise, this was a perfect spot, but it didn't have the views that I was looking for. So I decided to head back about 50 yards or so and choose a spot I saw on the way in. It was a lot smaller, but the views 100% better than they were right here. Okay, out at the end of Little Round Mountain, this is a beautiful spot. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm running through the concept of taking this spot with the beautiful views and just setting up my tent right here on the pull-in. The pull-in's the most level part of this whole spot, so I think that will work. The only thing is it's kind of sandy, but that's okay. I can't pass up this spot to sit here and stare at this for the next few hours and wake up to this in the morning. Well, after searching for a good portion of the day, I had finally found almost the exact kind of campsite I was looking for. It seems once again, my persistence had paid off. It was now time to concentrate on setting up camp.
I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride.
Well, I got camp just about pretty much set up except for inside the tent. I got to set up my cot and my bedding and all that, but other than that, I'm pretty much all set up. Got my propane fire pit behind me here. I got my hammock right there in between these 2 trees, and I have these views. Unbelievable spot. It's still a little warm out for my liking, but I got some nice ice cold beverages, and I'm gonna make dinner in probably a couple hours. I haven't even had breakfast yet. I'm still not hungry. There were some people that rolled in on side-by-sides and a couple of Jeeps that went down to the very end where I was at first, and I thought they were gonna be staying out here. One of them actually walked over and said, "Hey, just want to let you know, you got a great spot. We've camped here before." I'm like, all right, On, sorry I got here before you, you know. And he's like, oh no, we're just out playing. We're not camping out here tonight. He's like, so don't worry, you're probably going to be out here all by yourself. We were last time we came out here. And that's fine. I mean, if they wanted to stay, I wouldn't care. They were far enough down where I really couldn't hear them or anything. So it would have been fine. But as of right now, I am all by my lonesome. Maybe it's time to fly the drone here soon and get some aerial shots. So if any of you guys were ever wondering how I set up the back of my Bronco when I go on an overnight trip, I always have my fridge on the driver's side here. It's just easier to get to because, you know, when you're working with a tailgate table and cooking some food, when it's over there, it just kind of gets in the way. Power station over there, right on the fridge, got the Bluetti AC70. In this tote right here is it's my compressor and my Morphlate hose, quad hose. I always set up a table back behind me over here so I can prepare my food on it, you know, do whatever else I need to do. In terms of how setups go, I try to keep it pretty basic. You know, I don't have any extravagant drawer systems or anything like that. I just kind of put things inside the Bronco, playing like kind of Jenga, and it usually works out. I have all the amenities I need, all the creature comforts that I want, especially for inside the tent. When it comes to sleeping, I have a cot, a mattress pad for the cot, sleeping bag, regular pillow, and I even got a little fan in there. And you can also charge your phone off that fan. It's a rechargeable fan. I'll go ahead and get the inside of the tent set up. That way you can see how it is that I sleep when I'm out camping. All right, I'll show you real quick how I have my tent set up. I have my cot set up right here. It's as level as I can get it. I have this little fan up here for when I'm sleeping. I can turn that on and it points right down at me towards my bed. This cot, it just unfolds. It's got a little pocket on the side there. It's not too bad. It's not the best for side sleeping. Sometimes I have trouble sleeping on my back, but I just deal with it. Side sleeping is not the most comfortable in this cot, but you can still do it. It works just fine. I say that because the head is kind of slightly elevated. It doesn't go completely flat. Got my all my screens open, so I get this view. I'm not expecting any rain, so I didn't put on the rain fly. So I haven't yet made dinner. Plan on that soon. I haven't yet broken out my alcoholic beverages. I'm still drinking other things, water and Zevia, which is really good, by the way. It's twice as expensive as, like, say, the shit sodas, but it's way better for you. I do have signal here, by the way. It goes in and out of 4G, LTE, and 5G, but I do have somewhat of a signal. I have been able to send text messages and stuff like that. I don't need my T-Mobile satellite right where I'm at right now, but if I didn't have signal and I needed to send a text, I still could. This is another thing that you should bring out with you. This is a power bank. And right now I'm charging my phone on it. And of course it's portable. I can carry it around with my phone and whatnot. And this is a really nice thing to have when you're out camping. That way you don't have to have it plugged into your power station that you can't haul around and stuff like that. This was another Amazon buy. And I think this thing was like 30 bucks. Yeah, wasn't too bad. It takes like 6.5 hours to charge up though from dead to full. But that's fine because this thing will last forever. I can't wait for the sun to go down though, because where I'm at, if you look straight out and right past like two like really sharp kind of looking little mountains is Sedona. So when the sun goes down, I'll be able to see the lights of Sedona, and maybe, you know, Sedona is known for UFOs. I'll have a good view if I see any in the sky tonight. That would be really sweet. See if I can get my eyes on anything out there. I'd say I spent a good 15-20 minutes sitting here looking through the binoculars. I was checking out every crevice, every cave, every mountaintop, every ridge line, you name it. Really makes you wish you could just sprout a set of wings, fly out there, and check out every little thing that you put eyes on. Oh yeah, I got a good view of Sedona with the binoculars. This mountaintop kept catching my eye as well. I couldn't tell you why. It just looked really interesting to me. I wish it wasn't so hazy out. I could get you guys some better views. There's Sedona right there. Way off in the distance behind those two pointy mountains. You know, this is another really good investment. A good set of binoculars. You know, when you're out exploring and you want to see something that's way off in the distance, obviously, they're good to have. You can do a lot of scouting with them, see some weird things, get some eyes on it, you know. Look for caves. Man, the rock formations out here are just freaking insane. I can't believe how close I can see Sedona in these things. I can even see cars driving around way the hell down there. Very, very faintly, but I can see them. It's really kind of hard to beat a view like this. Sure is. All right, well, it's now 12 after 4. I think I'm going to make dinner now. So tonight, I am making fajitas. I got some ribeye steak that I sliced up. Now I know ribeye isn't the usual kind of steak you use for fajitas, but it's what I had. Red and green peppers, sour cream, some fajita tortillas, and some fajita mix. Started up the stove. I'm gonna get the peppers in first. Oh, I forgot, I have onions in here too, along with the green peppers. Gotta have the onions. Let those fry up and soften up a bit, and then I'll add the steak. Now, I told you I do like to keep it pretty simple. Originally, I wasn't even gonna cook anything tonight. I was just gonna bring some sandwiches and snacks and things like that. But I had this in the fridge, and I really needed to cook up the steak because I bought it like a week and a half ago. All right, there's the ribeye, and in it goes. Well, that is looking better and better. Not quite done yet, though. Probably another 5-7 minutes, and it'll be ready to go. Gonna break out some tortillas, throw some sour cream on them, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish all this, but I'm sure as hell gonna try. Definitely looking fabulous though so far. I don't know what it is with me and steak pretty much every time I camp. I don't know, it just kind of goes, right? All right, let's get some tortillas out. I don't have the biggest plates, so I'm only gonna have to start with 2. Throw some sour cream on these bad boys. Oh, I forgot cheese. How can I forget cheese? Man, I'm just not together. How the frick could I forget cheese? I swore I threw it in there. I guess not. I was in such a rush to get packed up after work. Well, that's minus 10 points for AJ right there, is forgetting the frickin' cheese. But it is what it is. I mean, I really need to go on a diet anyway. Here we go. Bucking Life fajitas with no cheese. You don't need cheese. These things are fabulous. Yep, that'll work just fine. Okay, well, I was only able to eat 3 fajitas, so I'm gonna have to bag up the rest of the meat and vegetables and throw it in the cooler. Maybe have it for breakfast tomorrow morning. I don't know yet. Either way, it'll get eaten. I'll take it home or something. You know, but super good. Sometimes, instead of doing things like this to clean stuff, I would like to have some sort of way to clean dishes that's better than this, but it works. And it keeps me from spending more money on more gear that I don't really need, you know what I mean? Give it a good wipe down, I'll take it home, throw it in the dishwasher, it'll be good as new. All right, so dinner is made and eaten. Things are put away. The sun is starting to set behind me, so it's definitely a little bit cooler now. And so now it's just time for some Frosty beverages. Wait for the sun to go down. Look at the lights of Sedona down yonder. Try to spot some UFOs. And just have a relaxing, peaceful night. Man, with the sun going down, this view is just getting better and better. It's not as hazy as it was earlier today. Man, I'm so glad I got this spot. And surprisingly enough, nobody is back out here yet. I thought for sure there was going to be at least one other vehicle out here. Nope. Besides those, that group that came out here earlier with a couple side-by-sides in the Jeeps, they came and went. It was a great adventure getting here. I'm actually kind of glad now that I didn't get that spot that those guys took, because there were 5 other campers in that same general vicinity, and there's nobody here. And obviously that's what I prefer. It's still too warm for a fire, so I'm going to put that off until a little bit later. And I'm just going to enjoy this view and enjoy this peace and solitude. Now, obviously, a few things had to go wrong and a few things had to go right in order for me to end up here at this spot. Well, I was glad it worked out just the way that it had. It pretty much felt to me as if I was supposed to be here. Kind of like this spot was set aside just for me. Needless to say, I'll take whatever the universe feels like I should have. From the very start of the day, this is exactly what I was searching for. Things don't always work out the way you plan, but I felt like I just went with the flow and was rewarded. Again, just want to show you really quick where I'm at. So there's my camp spot. You can go down the road a piece to the very end, and there's that roundabout with the fire ring. Then you have this spot in over here, which was where I thought about setting up at first, but of course I wanted that view. And then there's another one right over here, another fire ring. So there's a lot of camping spots out here, which is why I'm surprised nobody else is here. But you can see my site is, you know, right off of the trail. The trail ends back there, obviously. For some reason, I'm not seeing as good as I was before. Yeah, I just found a googly eye on the ground. The things you find out in the wilderness. I don't know how many times I need to show you guys this view I have, but... And it looks way better in person. The camera just does not do it any justice as usual. All right, I see the light. I think that might be okay, I guess. So I was just sitting here jamming out to one of my favorite bands, Stick Figure. Well, let me go get another drink first. Hold on. So now the temp has really cooled down. It's way nicer than it was before. I would say it's probably about 68 right now. Still a little too warm for a fire, but I'm gonna have one anyways. That fire pit I have is it's an Outland Fireball, and I love it. It's great. It works fantastic. The only problem is it's a little bit big. It's 19 inches, and I'm thinking about getting one that's a lot more compact, like one of those fire boxes or something like that. If you guys have any recommendations, let me know, because that one just takes up a lot of space in the back of the Bronco. I'm just starting to see the lights of Sedona off in the distance, but it's nice. I don't see anything in the sky yet. I'm still looking for UFOs. Maybe I'll see one, maybe I won't. I don't know. Obviously, this campsite is a complete winner. I'm not sure it's technically considered to be the edge of the world still, but I get the same views, so I'll definitely take it. Well, all right, folks, it's 9 p.m. and I'm getting tired. It's my bedtime. I'm going to hop in the tent, relax, maybe try to watch a few videos on YouTube, and then go to bed. Get this fire turned off. I'm calling it a night. Good night, everybody. I'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning. It's a beautiful morning. I got a couple ravens flying around screaming at me. I don't know if they're screaming at me, but they're definitely talking to each other. Slept really good last night. It's nice and quiet. And of course, you know when the sun comes up, you know it's time to get up when you're outdoors. I'm going to start packing up camp, get out of here, and head back home. Definitely can't beat this view in the morning, though. Right now, the temperature says it's 61, which is a perfect morning. I didn't see any UFOs last night. I was sitting out here looking for quite some time. Saw a lot of planes, though. I'm going to sit here and finish my coffee, get camp packed up, and head out. Unfortunately, as always, it's time to head back to the real world. See, now tearing down the tent is always the part I hate the most. And sometimes make me wish I had a rooftop tent. I hate dealing with tent poles. It's not hard. It's just kind of a pain in the ass, you know? Well, all right, camp's all broken down and we're ready to go. It was a great night. I definitely would come back here again. Very, very nice view, very peaceful sleep, and very quiet. So did the edge of the world live up to the hype? Was it worth coming out here and camping? Well, I'd say that's all a matter of personal perspective. I would most definitely come back to this certain spot again, but camping right on the edge of the world with all those people? Probably not. If being close to other campers doesn't bother you, then I would say absolutely yes, it is worth it. Go on up there and give it a shot. Just get there early. I'm guessing some people probably even got there the night before. The edge of the world is no doubt a great place to be in the summertime when the temps are too high down in the valley. I cannot stress this enough though, if you come up here, please obey all fire restrictions and pack out any trash that you bring in. Please always leave your campsite better than you found it, so that the next people that show up will be able to enjoy it as much as you did. And just a friendly reminder, some of the powers that be are trying desperately to take some of these places away from us. We all absolutely have to do our part and not give them any reason to do so. I'm always going to do whatever I can to keep our public lands available to us and future generations. We all must stay united together to not ever let them take these lands away from us. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Bucking Life Off-Road, and if you enjoy the content you're seeing, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Always remember, never stop exploring, and we'll see you on the next adventure.